Hi everyone. Today I am going to be reviewing Led Zeppelin 4 by Led Zeppelin. This is their fourth studio album to come out. One of the best rock albums of all time, hands down. The way they fuse blues with rock on this album is really unique. It's just a great album. So yeah, and this was sort of the start of heavy metal, sort of like an origin of it. Even though they weren't the most heavy, that would probably go to Black Sabbath, but they definitely were a heavy influence on a lot of metal bands to come later on. So starting off this album is Black Dog, which has this contrasting shout vocals section mixed with these really wild and fun guitar riffs throughout the song, and the drums here are they're sort of not offbeat, but they sort of sound like they're playing at almost a slower tempo uh, than the guitars, and it's only barely noticeable, but it's cool to hear once you hear it because it sort of gives it this almost off kilter vibe to the song that I really like. One of the best songs on this album, and the solo on here at the back end is really great. The guitar sound they have on it is different than the guitar riffs that they have throughout the rest of the song, which helps distinguish it really nicely. Following that is Rock and Roll, which is like a traditional rock and roll song. It's got this great shout hook with "It's been a lonely, 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 lonely time" that I really like. It's another great song. And then one of my personal favorites is The Battle of Evermore, the third track, where we get these really nice acoustic guitars and playing this eighth note, partly syncopated beat where it goes 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. That sounds really good, and the singer, I believe his name is Robert Plant. I should know this, but I don't. I believe that's his name. He has this great falsetto on this song that he doesn't have on the rest of the album, and I think it's great. And that's not to say by any means that his vocal performance on the rest of the album isn't great at all, and I feel like the next song on here disproves that. One of the greatest songs of all times, like an absolute legend of a song, Stairway to Heaven. Every note on this song could be analyzed. It is really, it is so theoretically perfect in every sense of the word, and the gradual build up throughout the song is incredible. You start with this lone guitar melody in your left ear. I believe it was sort of like an acoustic guitar, though maybe it might just be a really clean amp with these beautiful flutes playing in your right ear for a while before it builds into these slightly bigger guitars. And the singer's voice comes in, and it sounds really amazing. And you actually get a pretty early guitar solo in the song before it really gets into this very hard rock style song. Absolute classic. If you haven't listened to it, what are you doing? Go listen to it. I'm serious. It's one of the greatest songs ever. After that is Misty Mountain Hop, which is a highlight with its driving keyboards and these great guitars over it. Just a great song. And then Four Sticks, I believe the production sounds a little bit watery, and that's the most I have to say on that track. It sounds sort of a lot like the second track in my opinion, though as I listen to this album more and more, I'll probably develop some more opinions on what it sounds like more uniquely, because it is a great track. And then after that is this low-key, I'd say almost ballad, or at least the closest thing this album gets to a ballad, with Going to California, with these great acoustic guitars all throughout. That's followed up by this great drum intro, like an amazing drum intro into When the Levee Breaks, which has all these harmonicas over it, and this I don't exactly know what time signature the guitars are in, but they sound really great there. They sort of have the offbeat vibe that a lot of the other tracks on here do. But the harmonicas on here really sell the whole thing. It sounds really great. And it does sort of feel like the levee's about to break, with all this noise building up, and then it sort of leaves on that note. This is like a perfect closer to probably the four best album runs. The how should I say this? One of the best album runs in hard rock history. Yeah, great album. Not a lot to say on it. It's pretty short. It's only 43 minutes, but highly recommend a listen if you're into anything that remotely has to do with rock. It's an amazing album. 10 out of 10 easily. Thanks. Bye.